pretty much dairy farming my whole career. This is our family farm. My grandfather bought it off my uncle in 1962. Been milking cows here ever since. This is what I've wanted to do, basically my entire life. I was out on Dad's hip every day that I could be growing up.
In Michigan, we are very diverse, so growing corn becomes different in one county to maybe even the neighboring county. We've got lots of microclimates. We grow some shorter maturity corn than any other states around.
We typically have pretty mild summers, but with the Michigan weather, the weather can change from one afternoon to the next pretty rapidly.
This is Michigan. We are so diverse and so different, and our climate's completely different. Our planting season's later, our harvest is later. So we really try to get local data, so it's not taking Iowa data to a farmer in Michigan.
This is my 6th year using the Pivot Bio product. I hadn't really heard of a product like this, so being that it was not a form of synthetic nitrogen, I just, it's like, hey, this is almost like pixie dust, but they introduced it, showed me the data on it. It looked like a pretty proven product at that point, so we went ahead and tried it, and it does what it says it's going to do. We've noticed that our corn is staying green a lot longer into the fall, and across the field, the uniformity of the corn is much more consistent than it used to be, especially in wetter areas. Every step forward keeps looking better and better.
Our product, we just need the plant, because our microbes are going to be like a magnet attracted to that root, and they feed off of it, so they're not going to stray far from their food source, and our nitrogen is immediately available to the plant, so we're kind of relying on the plant to hold on to our nitrogen versus the soil.
There's a big push right now to, reduce climate change, not in just agriculture, but everything, but these are some of the key things that you can say you're doing it, you can say, hey, we're gonna get to net zero, but the question is how, and this is a product that I think will really push us in that direction.
Being able to remove some of that from the system and from the nitrogen cycle, that's a huge deal because that reduces the amount of pollution that's happening, reduces the amount that gets into our water sources, as far as the water table, can get into your well water.
It's lots of little management things that you can do that just get better and better and better as you go on. It's slow progress, but when you can look back, say, hey, 10 years ago, this is where I was at, and to where I'm at now, and it's just something that really makes you smile. It's a big pride factor.
I think I really am inspired by the opportunity to impact, but also just farmers in general, just the people that I get to work with every day, the people I get to support and help, because they're really the people who are making the big difference in the world.
It's my life. That's what I do. There's hard days, there's challenging days where you get really stressed out and you think about it, but then you wake up the next day and it's like, we're just going to do it again. I never woke up wanting to do anything different.